Hello everyone, Panda here, and welcome to a sponsored video by Bethesda. Today I'm checking out the new game Prey that's coming out next month. Check out the link in the description to enter Bethesda's giveaway. Prizes include copies of the game, a PS4 Pro, and £500 of game vouchers. We're checking out the demo that some of you may have already seen, and then jumping further into the game where you won't have seen. So the year is 2032, you wake up, just like normal, check your emails, take a dump, just casually hop in your private helicopter, fly across the city, catch up with your brother, take part in some interesting tests, and witness the downfall of humanity.
I want you to take a good look at it. In a moment, I'm going to ask you what... my coffee. It's empty.
Prey is truly a game of everything is not quite what it seems. We discover there's a fucking horrible species of aliens out there called the Typhon that can mimic and pretend to be different objects. This quickly escalates into absolute terror when random objects around you start turning into beasties. So everything that we thought that we knew is a complete lie, and we're gonna set out and try and figure out what the hell is going on and who's done this to us.
You're not going to like what I have to say next.
And surprise, surprise, we're not actually on Earth, we're in space on a spaceship called the Talos One, and guess what? It's not in particularly good shape, and we seem to be the only person kicking around. Arcane Studios is the company that was brought on to work on Bioshock 2 and made the Dishonored games. There's a lot of things in this game that feel quite familiar if you played through those games, and honestly it feels good. There's a skill system that allows you to take some rather sort of basic things at the start, movement speed, hacking, etc. But before long, you start scanning enemies and learning their abilities, such as the ability to turn into inanimate objects, like this cup. So if you've ever wanted to turn into a cup or into a pile of towels, then this is definitely going to be right up your alley. Using your newfound abilities to turn into cups and other such things, you can get through gaps that you didn't think you'd be able to get through, you can get access to rooms. It's quite an interesting system. Honestly, it confused me a bit to start off with, but once you get the hang of it, turning into an inanimate object is the shit. So the main enemy that I encountered are these enemies called mimics that will hide and pretend to be objects around the world and then jump out and, quite honestly, just jump scare the crap out of you. They're pretty cool. They're pretty cool. This teaches you to be suspicious of any objects that are out in the world sitting next to each other. You never know what's going to be a mimic. Apart from the mimics, it seems like the crew has also been taken over by these interesting space spider creatures. The main defense against them seems to be this glue gun that just freezes things to the ground. It seems incredibly useful, and also has some pretty practical uses that I'll show you later on. There's a really, in my opinion, quite cool system in the game which is called recycling. You can throw these recycling grenades and just suck in any amount of crap in the world and turn them into these useful little balls. And these little balls can be used on this fabricator's device to create whatever you want. And I was actually really enjoying this. Love the idea of that. Go around, pick a bunch of crap, recycle it all, and then turn it into medkits and shotgun shells and shit that you're going to need to survive. Now, I myself personally have never really been a stealth person. I'm not really into stealth that much. I'm sure that you could stealth a lot of this game. However, most of the time I just ran in there, wrench blazing, silenced pistol shooting, just trying to eliminate stuff. I've got no interest in hiding. I just want to kill everything. Using our special scope, we can scan enemies and humans alike and find out new abilities to learn from them. The stronger the enemies, the stronger the abilities you're going to be able to get, and you're going to be able to do some of these crazy things that these enemies can do.
Hey! What, you need guns? Ammo? I saw one of them science types going to that armory. Saw him. Hey, you get me out of here. I'll let you have it. Hey, you're the one person who showed me any real kindness, and you can believe I won't forget it. I never did anything to those kids. I was just getting them out of a bad spot, that's all.
Interacting with terminals and computers in this is an absolute treat. I've really enjoyed this. There's a lot of information. Everyone's got their own personal emails. You can read through all of them. There's, of course, tips and information in these that's really going to help you out. If you decide to sit there and read them, you're going to have a good time.
Back in the 60s and 70s, the first research teams tried to communicate with the Typhon, but this proved impossible. Their cerebral structures are highly developed and intentional, but somehow unapproachable. They have no speech of their own, no language. They don't even seem to see us. Not like we see ourselves, I mean. I'm generalizing when I say us.
Live exam procedure in progress. Local lockdown in effect until procedure terminates.
It was at this point, quite late into my play, that I realised that you could actually seal up electrical outlets and you can seal up little fires. With the glue gun, it has many, many uses. It's kind of an interesting thing. I really did enjoy it. So this part of the game, I wanted to get into this morgue. I had seen all the corpses in there, I'd seen all the shiny loot, I wanted it, but how was I going to get in here? Now there are 3 different ways to be able to get into this room. I read in a computer terminal that there was going to be a robot that would enter every half an hour, so I could have just waited for the half an hour to pass, or I could just turn myself into whatever this is and jump straight in through the window. Now the third way would be to use this little Huntress bolt caster, which is basically a Nerf gun, just to shoot little Nerf bullets and press the open button on the back of the door. Genius, I know. So even after a while, the mimics are still going to jump out from nowhere, from being some little piece of crap and scare the hell out of you. The mimics really keep you on edge because they could be any object around the world. You just don't know. You just don't know. You've got to start just hitting stuff. Anyway, here's where I took the glue gun out for a little experimental ride here and realized that you can actually just make yourself little ladders. Not only does it trap enemies and enable you to just completely destroy them, but you can completely navigate the entire world by using it and jumping on it, which is pretty cool. Hope I've not spoiled too much of the game here, guys. Just giving you a look at what I got to play, and I had fun with it. Thank you very much to Bethesda for sending me up to London to go and record this. I had a lovely day, and I hope you guys all have a lovely day also. Let me know what you think of the game in the comment section, and leave a like if you've enjoyed. I might be checking this out and playing it on stream. We'll have to see when it comes out. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Hope you have a fantastic day. I'll see you soon. Panda out.
But I've got guns and I'm on your side.